used to love all of those things, and I did used to love swimming, and I lost that a lot, especially college swimming. I lost that pretty significantly. Everything changed after my freshman year. So I started when I was 7 or 8. I started because I did a bunch of other sports and I was awful. My parents got this, the paper sent home in 2nd grade for the recreation team in my town. And my mom was like, hey, let's try this. Your grandma has a pool, you used to love swimming. So I tried it and I never went back. I've been doing it ever since. By 8th grade high school, it became a very large passion. I was very competitive. I wanted to do great. I wanted to be the best. I worked extremely hard for it. I had finally found this really intense passion, and swimming did become part of my identity, so I needed to continue in college. And I was so blessed that I was recruited by the coach here at Eastern to swim.
Sports, like many things, have been greatly impacted by the coronavirus.
Second semester freshman year, COVID had hit, and thankfully it didn't affect me that much. I had already been out on my knee surgery, so I was already home when everyone had to move home. But once we finally got offline and came back to in-person school and we were back in the water, I was practically healed and ready to get back in the water. And then after that first meet, I got COVID. The next day I tested positive, and it all went downhill from there. I was benched until further notice.
My eating disorder got very bad after I was benched. I was in remission for a while, but to be benched and not be able to do something that you love, you do lack a sense of control. So I felt my only way to find that control was to relapse in my eating disorder and really just get that sense of control, and I'm not swimming, so that was also very, very hard. My coach was a huge, huge, huge part of helping me with this, and there was a lot of threats of you have to work on this and you have to fuel your body or you will not be able to swim when you are cleared. I remember I was sitting in her office and I was just talking about how miserable I am and my eating disorder and my depression, and she started crying. And she looks at me and she's like, all I want to be able to give you is a great college experience and to help you and to give you something great and to look back on and let me help you. I guess I always just thought it was affecting me. I was like, oh, whatever, it's hurting me. It's not hurting anyone else around me because it's only about me. But to watch someone I look up to just be heartbroken for me kind of made me realize, wow, I think I gotta get better. Not just for other people, but for myself, because I'm worth it.
When I finally was able to get back in the water for my first meet, it will forever be surreal to me. I had the excitement back a little bit of I finally get to be able to swim, this is really happening. And I was the first event, so right out of warm-up, I got to go stand up by the block, and it was so exciting, and all this nervous energy and excitement of I get to finally be back in the water. My teammates were like, yay, this is your first meet back, this is so exciting. And then to finally get in the water and just grab a hold of the block again, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. I was so excited. It felt like I was outside my body, it didn't feel real. And then that buzzer went off, and it was like muscle memory. I blacked out to the sense of everything just came back to how it was before.
This story of my comeback is a love letter to myself. I think I want to remind myself that I am important and that it is worth getting better, but I also want my story to be an example of you can get through a lot of hard things. It doesn't define me. I'm not just the injured girl or the girl with the eating disorder, but I'm more than that, and that I don't need to put my entire life into swimming or into one thing. That swimming will also not define me, that I am a person of many things, and that losing something you love like this is hard, but it was rewarding to come back to it now and have a true love for it instead of making it everything.